Hey, what's up guys, TechTitan here and I am back with another video. So before I begin this video, as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching this one. If you enjoy my content, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So in today's video, I'm excited to review the Motorola Moto G Powers triple camera setup. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So let's talk about the camera specs. So you do have a triple camera setup on the rear, and the specs are the following. So you have your main camera, which is set at 48 megapixels, and it has an aperture of f1.7, and it's a standard wide lens. You also have a 2 megapixel with an aperture of f2.4, which acts as a macro sensor, and a 2 megapixel at f2.4 also, which acts as a depth sensor, and you have HDR, panorama, and a lot of features that we'll kind of get into it. You also have, this phone is also capable of recording 1080p videos at 30 or 60 frames, and it does have electronic image stabilizer. And the front camera is an 8 megapixel at f2.0 and also has HDR, 1080p recording video, and electronic image stabilizer. Now the camera app itself, one thing that I like about Motorola phones, and a lot of people, especially tech reviewers, they like this feature, which is if you shake the phone back and forth, you'll launch your camera app. I think it's very intuitive, very fun, and I wish more manufacturers would do the same. But yeah, it's very fun. I like it. And also, the camera app is simplistic, straight to the point. You have up top your settings toggle, and at the bottom you have your shutter button, your switch between video and photo, and these three little lines that give you extra options. So you have slow-mo, you have a lot of options. I don't want to read them out to you, so they're here. You even have a pro option, which is nice. And also you can even get to more settings. There's this arrow that you can tap, and gives you the option to turn on your flash, turn it off, timer, and some sort of live photo and things like that. And now let's talk about the pictures themselves. So starting with this picture, which is a kind of an indicator of how this camera handles color. Now this picture, I had the HDR turned off just to see how it does on its own without any help from high dynamic range. And as you can see, the colors do seem a little bit dimmed down. I think if we turn on the HDR, you'll get your colors back, but initially they're kind of dim. And in this next picture, I want to test out the focus and also the color. No HDR just yet. So this camera is a hit and miss when it comes to focus. So it's decent. It's not really great by any means, but it's definitely decent. And you see that in the next picture. Now, mind you, these are hard subjects to really critically focus on, which is something understandable from a low budget smartphone. And this next picture, I did decide to turn on HDR. And as you can see, much better color quality. So the grass does seem green. And if you turn on HDR, you will have decent pictures to post on social media. And the next picture is in contrast. Look at the grass and how it's just dimmed down. It's not as saturated or as vibrant. And the colors in general are just off if you don't use HDR, but HDR does take an extra second to process. And for still subjects, I think it's 100% worth it. And in this next picture, I want to kind of test out the detail. So here's the basketball itself. And the 48 megapixel sensor does a really good job in giving out detail. So zooming in, you can see these kind of patterns on the basketball clearly. These grip patterns, I guess that's what they're called. So you can see them clearly and definitely does a nice job. The 48 megapixel just gives out this detail, but remember, more megapixels does not necessarily mean a better quality picture. Now the selfie camera itself, it's okay. It does kind of, how do I explain this? I want to make sure I say it in a right manner. So it's okay. It does soften the image quite a bit, and again, that's something to be expected. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a budget smartphone. And as far as video capability, it's this camera is fine if you want to shoot videos for YouTube. The microphone on it is not really that good, and I'm saving that portion of the camera review for my actual full in-depth review of this phone. So make sure you're subscribed for that. This is a straight to the point camera. I mean, just take it out, point and shoot. It's really, really, I don't want to say great, but really, really decent. When HDR is turned on, I think you can produce some good pictures and pictures that are worthy to be posted on social media. And you can also do some post editing if you turn on pro mode, or even just take pictures without HDR. You can still do kind of post editing in Adobe Lightroom or something like that if you're into all of that. But yeah, overall, a decent camera. I don't want to say I'm thoroughly impressed, but I do want to say that I'm impressed enough to be confident that this is a decent camera for the price of this phone. So also real quick, I want to pause the video for a little bit and talk about the Ghost Tech cases. So they did send me out these shipment of cases, and they did not sponsor me, so they did not pay me to do this video or anything like that, but they do provide you guys with some nice cases and nice options. I'll leave a direct link in the description below if you guys want to check them out personally. They have cases for pretty much any phone you can think of. So yeah, check them out. If you like it, get on board, because I personally like their cases. I think they're nice, and some of them they do come with screen protectors, so you can take advantage of that. Well, so much for watching this one. If you enjoy my content, make sure you leave a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and as always, thank you so much. I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.